All right, let's pivot to something darker. Seriously messed up story coming out of Dubai. That's just exploded online. The headlines are screaming Dubai Porta Potty Scandal 2.0. And honestly, it feels like some twisted urban legend crawled out of the darkest corners of the internet and became terrifyingly real.
Oh god, not that phrase again. I saw that trending. It sounds inherently vile just from the name. What actually happened? Is it as bad as it sounds?
Dubai and horrific stories involving wealthy men and vulnerable women? Sadly, not a new combination, but this one seems particularly brutal. Yum, what's the specific case, Kiki?
Okay, so get this. There's a 20-year-old Ukrainian model and OnlyFans creator, Maria Kovalchuk. Classic story, right? Young woman chasing the whole Instagram famous luxury lifestyle dream in Dubai. Yachts, parties, rubbing shoulders with insanely rich dudes.
The allure of that life? It's presented as so glamorous online, but you always hear whispers about the darkness underneath. It draws people in, especially when they're young and seeking validation or just a way out.
Exactly. So she's apparently doing the rounds, hitting these exclusive parties, then she vanishes. Poof, gone for 10 days.
10 days? That's not just getting lost after a wild night. That's intentional. That sounds like abduction.
It gets worse. When she's finally found, she's dumped on the side of a road, bloodied, barely conscious, with a snapped spine and broken limbs. She couldn't even speak. Miraculously, she survived after multiple surgeries, but holy shit.
Snapped spine, broken limbs? Found on a roadside? That's not just a party gone wrong, that's attempted murder. That's medieval levels of brutality. Who does that to someone?
Someone who sees another human being as completely disposable, a toy to be broken and thrown away. This reeks of entitlement and psychopathy, fueled by immense wealth and zero consequences.
And this is where the whole porta potty thing comes roaring back. The family? The rumors online, everyone's saying she was likely taken to one of these alleged secret sex parties hosted by rich Dubai sheikhs.
Wait, explain the porta potty legend. I've heard the term, but what does it actually entail? I'm almost afraid to ask.
It's fucking grim, the rumor. The urban legend that's been floating around TikTok and forums for years is that these ultra wealthy guys fly out Instagram models and influencers, and they pay them huge amounts of money for degrading, extreme sexual acts. Including, and yeah, this is where the name comes from, stuff involving human waste, like literally being shat on. That's the notorious Dubai porta potty rumor.
It's the commodification of humanity taken to its most grotesque extreme. Paying someone enough money that you think you own their body and dignity outright, to use and defile however you please. It's stomach churning. And it's circulated as this almost mythical warning. Don't chase the Dubai money too hard, or you might end up in that situation.
That makes Maria's story even more horrific. The idea that this wasn't just a random violent attack, but potentially part of some known vile practice, it's just sickening. Her family thinks she was held as a sex slave, raped repeatedly, and then discarded like trash.
And that's why this blew up online, right? It hit this perfect storm. You've got the glamorous Dubai influencer fantasy, the true crime horror, and the sudden, real-life confirmation of this gross urban legend people were already whispering about. Twitter, Reddit, TikTok went absolutely insane. It was pure I fucking knew it. Energy mixed with horror.
Exactly. It's morbid curiosity packaged perfectly for the internet age. It combines sex, extreme wealth, exploitation, mystery, and unbelievable cruelty. It reads like a fucked up movie plot. Taken meets Hostile, meets 50 Shades of Gross. Set against the backdrop of Dubai's skyscrapers, people are drawn to the darkness, especially when it's hidden behind such a shiny facade.
And the reactions, I bet they were all over the place. Outrage, disgust, but also, knowing the internet, probably some vile victim blaming too.
Oh, absolutely. Loads of outrage, thankfully. People calling out the perpetrators. Yo, the whole system that allows this shit to happen. Your women sharing their own fears about predatory rich men. But yeah, the victim blamers crawled out of the woodwork too. You know the type? Well, what did she expect going to those parties? She knew the risks chasing that money, as if anyone signs up to be tortured, have their spine snap, and be left for dead. Fuck those people. Seriously.
That narrative is fucking poisonous. It completely absolves the perpetrators of responsibility. It doesn't matter what party she went to, what job she had, or what choices she made leading up to it. Nobody consents to being brutalized and nearly murdered, trying to justify or minimize what happened to her because she's an OnlyFans model or sought out wealthy men is disgusting misogyny? Plain and simple, your focus should be solely on the monsters who did this to her.
And it shifts the focus from what this actually might be. Police are reportedly investigating it as human trafficking.
GenZ rich is critical. This isn't just a scandal or salacious gossip about rich people's kinks. If she was held against her will, exploited and trafficked, this is organized crime operating under the guise of lavish parties. It's about power, control, and the systematic abuse of vulnerable people, often women from less wealthy countries lured by false promises. Framing it correctly is essential.
It really messes with Dubai's whole image, doesn't it? They spend billions crafting this persona of being a super modern, safe, luxurious playground for the global elite. You win a story like this breaks, and it looks like some medieval fiefdom where the rich can torture people with impunity.
It highlights the inherent contradiction. Dubai projects this image of hyper-modernity and progress, yet stories like this reveal archaic power dynamics and a potential disregard for basic human rights hidden beneath the surface. It forces people to question the glossy tourism ads and confronts them with the possibility that extreme wealth can mask extreme depravity. It certainly doesn't help their brand image when Dubai Porta Potty is trending globally.
It feels like such a tragic cautionary tale for the whole influencer generation too. The pressure to project this perfect, wealthy life online. It can make people vulnerable. They see the yachts, the private jets, the designer clothes, and they think that's the goal, but they don't always see the predators waiting in the wings, ready to exploit that desire.
Totally. It's the dark side of the get flown out by a rich guy fantasy. Sometimes the fairy tale is actually a horror story waiting to happen. Uebora woman Maria is living proof of the absolute worst case scenario.
It leaves you with such a grim feeling. The morbid curiosity makes sense, it's shocking, it's extreme. But beneath that, there's this deep discomfort about the world we live in, where such cruelty exists, and where the pursuit of fame and money can lead someone into such danger. The human cost is just staggering.
Ultimately, it's a brutal reminder to look past the curated perfection online. Yamabil doesn't equal morality, and glamour can be a very effective camouflage for exploitation. Hopefully, besides the morbid fascination, this story also sparks genuine conversations about consent, human trafficking, and the need to hold powerful people accountable, no matter how rich or influential they are, because what happened to Maria Kowalczyk shouldn't happen to anyone. You?